welcome
to Sort of the Story.
I'm Janey.
And I'm Max.
And I'm Janey. Sorry. My eyes started watering.
Immediately. We started recording and you started rubbing your eyes like a baby who's about to go to sleep.
No, I'm sorry. Hold on. And this is the podcast where we tell each other stories like fairy tales and folk tales, even some mythology.
And also, you are here.
Welcome.
Hi, guys.
If we did a supercut of every single one of our intros, it would be the most boring thing ever, because at this point, they're the exact same every time. I guess except for me scratching my eyes.
Most of the time they are different at this. Like, we had a solid, I think, probably 50 episode run where they were consistent. And like, if we fucked it up, we would re-record it.
Yeah.
And now we're at the point where almost every time we fuck it up somehow and then we keep it in.
That's true.
I think they're all different now again.
All right. So maybe I'll do that over this. Maybe that'll be my fun summer project.
That sounds like hell.
It does sound like hell.
That sounds like a task you would give someone to drive them insane.
Or a task in heaven you would give Janey to keep her busy because she's like annoying you. They're like, this girl is fucking irritating, but we already let her in. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
You're like, we need you to go through and inventory all of the sort of the story intros. And I'm like, oh shit, I know how to do that. And they're like, yeah, we know.
It's not complicated.
Not that hard. And I'm like, I'm gonna do it. See you never, nerds. I call God and the angels nerds.
Yeah.
Because I'm cool and I want to establish dominance in heaven. Hi guys, welcome. This isn't for children.
The first thing you gotta do when you get to heaven is find the biggest angel you can find. Walk up to him and call them a nerd to establish dominance. Now you're the big angel in town.
Let me look into all 1,000 of your eyes while I say this. Nerd.
It's funny because angels only have 500 eyes, so you're calling them like 4 eyes. What's up, nerd? I'm not even going up to like the classic. I'm going up to the big wheel. Yeah, the seraphim. Great.
I catch them slipping and they suddenly wake up and there's a hamster running on them. They're like, no! Why does she keep getting hamsters in heaven? Guys, oh God. This is our last episode of before our break. This was our last episode before the break.
Say that faster. That was so scary. This is our last episode. We've done it all, guys. We did it and it's over.
I forgot to tell Max I quit. Sorry, this is the last episode for the break. And I need one so bad. I don't know about you.
Janey is once again rubbing her eyes like a baby who's about to go to sleep.
It's 12 o'clock on a Sunday.
PM, like noon.
I know.
To be clear.
It would be so much more realistic if it was the other one. But nope.
But no.
All right.
Janey.
Max, if they're like, I want to talk more about, I guess, bullying angels in heaven with you, how could they do that? If they wanted to talk to us maybe outside of this format where they're just talking to their radios.
You know how you guys listen to us on the radio.
And you guys like talk to us, but we're so rude because we keep talking over you.
That's so rude of us. If you want to tell us how rude that is,
yeah, please.
You can send us an email, sortofthestory@gmail.com.
That's true.
But you can also give us money. You can.
Those are actually 2 options you have with anyone in your life. You can either send them an email or you can give them money.
That's true.
That's not even against the law.
Well, it depends.
That's true.
You can give us money by going to patreon.com. The link specifically in the show notes for this episode and every episode.
True.
For $3 a month, you can get access to the Discord, which is where we hang out with all of our pals.
Yes,
we're very active on there. We've been okay. We've just got a really fun little community there, and there's literally something for everyone. I think recently we've started the New York Times Dailies channel where we all share results from the New York Times Dailies.
I blocked that channel.
That's why I made it its own channel.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, listen, I can't.
No, that's totally fair. That's why I moved it from General Chat to its own channel. So if you hate the New York Times Dailies, you can just block that channel and you don't have to look at it.
My favorite thing right now is the Dracula Dailies.
Yes.
We've been reading Dracula with Dracula Daily, which means every single, Jonathan Harkins in that book is writing in a diary.
There's an email newsletter that you can sign up for, which the link is pinned in the channel if you're on the Discord.
It's called Dracula Daily.
Yes, and they go through Dracula is an epistolary novel, which means it's told through a series of letters, and the letters are dated.
Yeah.
Or diary entries, I guess.
Yeah.
So maybe not epistolary, partially epistolary.
Yeah, okay.
But they're all dated. So Dracula Daily goes through and on each date sends you the entry from
that date.
Dracula from that date.
It's from like May 3rd to like November 12th or something like that. So
yeah, so some dates there aren't an entry or anything like that.
It's rare though.
Yeah, but so everyone's been getting an email with that day's Dracula text and then talking about it in the channel.
It is my favorite thing right now. Genuinely, when there's no entry, everyone's like, what's up with Jonathan? I'm a little worried about our boy.
Okay?
Oh my God. And then like something insane will happen with Dracula and we're like, oh my God, Queen, go off. Like, look at you. He's so dramatic. It is so the way that I have bonded with the people in the Dracula Daily, like we are like on the front lines together. Just like, oh my God.
Very old book.
It is the best way. This is what I'm saying. It's the best way to read something like this because this is not an easy reading a book that is all like Victorian era journals is not easy. There's a reason why I've started Dracula and also Frankenstein a bunch and haven't been able to finish them. Reading it like this with a community is the most fun I've ever had while reading something. It is so good. So guys, please join the Discord so that you could talk to me about Dracula Daily. We're having a blast.
I'm behind on Dracula Daily, but by the time this comes out, I will have caught up. So
I believe in you, and you're gonna have a great time.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Yeah,
but yeah, so there's a little something for everyone in the Discord. You post pictures. People post pictures of their pets. We have our star cat Gnocchi, who is Tori B's cat, who we all love so much.
So angry.
She's perfect. She's such a fixture in my life that people who don't even know that I have a podcast know about Gnocchi.
Gnocchi, oh God, she's so angry. She's an icon.
Yes. We have so many good pets in the Discord.
Yes.
Gnocchi looks like a little ball of dust who's full of rage.
Yeah. Oh God. She's so good.
Yeah. All of them are good pets.
Yeah. We have the Show and Tell channel where people are showing off their amazing crafts and cosplays and gardens and basically anything that you're just like, I need to show this off.
Yeah.
It's very fun.
Yeah.
We get to like catch up with what you're doing. And when I say we talk every day, I also have a separate book club. It's not a separate book club. I just recently read Slewfoot by Brahm with one of our listeners, Mother of Worms. And we just spent the entire time just like DMing back and forth like, oh my God, what is this? Guys, go read Slewfoot. It's so good. If you like horror. And the devil.
Yeah. And female rage.
And female rage. If you like vengeance that is exactly as cathartic as you want it to be, read Slewfoot. Anyway. Okay, that's it. That's the Discord.
Yeah. So,
join the Discord.
Yeah. Join the Discord. $3 a month.
Also, you're not going to be able to, like, we're not going to have episodes coming out in June, possibly in July. We will figure that out later. So, like, actually come hang out with us.
Yeah, we would love to see you. I think that would be great.
We want to do movie nights and stuff too, and those are all through the Discord.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So that's $3 a month. For $7 a month on the Patreon, you can get access to the Discord, all that stuff that we just talked about, plus a full-length bonus episode every single month. So even for June, we'll have a bonus episode coming out, and we'll have one for July, regardless of whether we have regular episodes coming out during that time. You can also get access to the back catalog of bonus episodes. So if you're like, I am missing them so much, I want to cry, I want to throw myself into the sea, I'm going to die if I don't hear Janey and Max's voices, and you're not already getting the bonus episodes, then this is a great time to do it. Yeah. We got like upwards of 20 bonus episodes.
Don't die.
Don't die. Don't throw yourself into the sea. That would make us cry.
That actually is really, really pertinent to the story I'm going to tell you today.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, do you want to
jump into it? Hey, that was fantastic plugs.
Thanks.
If I wasn't already on the Discord, I would join the Discord.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if I wanted to throw myself in the sea, I would have a reason not to do that anymore.
We also have like a memes channel, which is really good. And one of our listeners, Scribble, mentioned that they really like the doing X with Mama, where it's like specifically, not animals. Exclusively, but animals, like an adult animal and a baby animal, and they're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And so every time I see one now, I send it in the memes channel, specifically to Scribble.
What was the one with like the cats and it said like basking with Mama?
Oh, it was two turtles. It was a big turtle with a little turtle on top, and both of them are in the sun with their legs spread all the way out, and they look so happy and warm in the sun. And it's let's bask with Mama.
So good. Okay. Fantastic. Guys, come hang out with us. We love you so much.
Yes, please.
And this is the summer of friends and no recording. Okay.
Yeah.
And Max, you're going to tell me a story.
I'm going to tell you a story.
It's episode 158.
Do I have to tell you a story?
Oh, yeah, if you want to. Max,
okay, yeah, no, that's
improv story.
There was a squirrel.
Can I get a suggestion? Toilet.
Pineapple.
Pineapple toilet. Poop in a pineapple. Oh my god, I can't. Oh, we need a break so bad. Okay, we'll see you back. We'll see you back.
All right, Janey.
Okay, Max.
I got a fun one for you.
Okay.
I'm excited about this one. I got a scamps story for you. Just a couple little scamps, and I'm so excited about it. I love a scamp story.
Yeah.
This story is called The Tricks of Hunahpú and Xbalanqué.
Xbalanqué.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's from The Enchanted Orchard and Other Folktales of Central America, written by Dorothy Sharp Carter and illustrated by W.T. Mars. Mm-hmm. It's this really old, it's a retired library book that I got secondhand. Yeah. It's really beautiful. They have a bunch of really cool stories in there from all kinds of different areas of Central and South America. This story is a Mayan story that comes from the Popol Vuh, which is the main surviving religious text of pre-colonial Mayan religion.
Hell yeah.
Which is very cool. And every time I encounter a Mayan story, I'm like, this is fucking wild. And I do a little bit of background research. I'm like, I want to know everything about this. And then I immediately forget about it for months. And then I pick up this book again. And I'm like, maybe there's another one I haven't read in here. And then I'm like, this is the coolest fucking thing ever. So I just went ahead and ordered a copy of the Popol Vuh so I can read the entire, the whole mythos.
Fantastic.
Because it's very, very cool. A little bit of context for this story, and I'll talk more at the end. But what you need to know is that the Mayan gods there's a pantheon of gods. Some pertinent details. A lot of the gods, specifically the male gods in the Mayan pantheon, are in pairs, usually brothers or best friends or something like that, and they work together in pair, kind of little teams, and it's really cute.
So what you're saying is we could be Mayan gods.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Also, important to note, Xibalba.
Yeah. Tu Xibalba.
Yep. This really made me want to rewatch Road to El Dorado, and I'm going to
We should do that as a Discord movie night after this episode drops. Yeah, but we have time.
You hate watching movies. Anytime you have to sit down and watch a movie, you're miserable. Yes, but Xibalba is the underworld.
Yeah.
It's the world of the dead, and there are a lot of gods of the underworld, a whole entire separate pantheon of underworld gods in the Mayan pantheon. Mm-hmm. It's underground, and it's also sometimes said to be accessed by a whirlpool or through a series of underground caves that actually exist, the caves of Xibalba. So it's kind of like Mount Olympus, where it's an actual physical place that's supposed to be a tether to this other plane. Yeah. Also, just a quick content warning for this story that there is a tiny little bit of animal violence.
Okay.
But we'll be okay.
A jaguar stabs a man with a knife.
Very, very close. So this story is about Hunahpú and Xbalanqué. Mm-hmm. I'm going to try really hard to pronounce them correctly.
So far, it's been great.
Yeah. They are twins.
Okay.
And at this point, they are little boys. Mm-hmm. And they are known as the hero twins, and also the boy gods.
There are Native American hero twins. I've told stories of the Native American hero twins.
Yes.
They're the sons of the sun, right? That's in the Native American story. Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
There was a whole bunch of research as I was going through. I didn't include any sources for this because the only source I used was Wikipedia, but they alluded to a lot of sources that specifically talk about the prevalence of twin god myths in a lot of Southern North American, Central American, and Northern South American mythology, where they probably all came from a similar place. But these are the twin mischievous boy gods.
Okay.
Mischievous. Mischievous.
I grew up saying mischievous. It doesn't fit with how it's spelled, but I do think that is a valid pronunciation.
Yeah.
A dialectical.
Is
dialectical a word? No, let's not do this.
I think it's just dialectic.
Dialectical. Dialectically, I'm doing great.
Testicularly.
Nucleus.
Janey. They're twins.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Their mom is a badass. They live with their mom and their grandma.
Boy mom.
Grandma, also a badass.
Okay.
But they're not huge characters in this particular story.
Typical.
Yes. Also, at this point, they are boys, and they have just begun to show that they have unusual talents.
Are they not, like, gods already? They're just, like, humans?
No, they're gods.
Okay.
Yeah, they're gods. But the way that it was kind of described is that, like, they start showing that they have kind of these supernatural powers that aren't common of gods.
Okay.
Like, I don't know whether the other gods have powers and this is just not standard for them, or if it's like the other gods don't have powers and it's weird that these ones do.
Okay.
But they've started showing signs of having particular supernatural talents. That's all the context that you need.
Okay.
These boys. I want you to just picture for me, like 7-year-old boys.
Okay. Done.
Twins.
Easy.
That's, just as we go through this. One morning they wake up and they have a plan and they're going to impress their mom and their grandma. And they're going to pull a little trick on them too. They go to their mom and their grandma and they say, "Mother, grandmother, we've decided that we're going to plant a cornfield. It will be very, very hard work, but we are hardworking boys and we will get it done.
All right, 7-year-olds.
We are ready to prepare to provide for our family. And yes, it will be back-breaking labor in the hot sun all day long, but we're ready to do it. All we need from you, Grandma, is that you, around midday, just bring us a really big lunch because we're going to be tired and we're going to be hungry. We're going to be hungry boys from all the hard work we're doing." And the mom and grandma are just, I assume, like sitting with coffee at the breakfast table and they're like, "Okay, sure, have fun." And so the two boys gather together their tools and they go out into the forest to begin a cornfield. And they're like, hee 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 hee. They bring with them axes and picks and hoes and blowguns.
Okay. Some of those things are good for corn.
Yeah. So they go out to they find a flat space in the forest and they're like, this is where we're going to have our cornfield.
Yeah.
So they take the axe, they each take their axe and they swing it into a huge tree and then they let go of the axe. And the axe continues to chop on its own.
Oh.
Until it chops down the tree. And then it moves on to the next tree and chops that down as well.
Boys.
Yep, boys. Classic boys. So they set this axe to cutting down trees and it continues to do it on its own. Then they take the they take the pick and they whack it into the underbrush to try and pull out all of the like scrabble and everything like that. And they let go of it and it continues pulling out all of the like brush and weeds and brambles and everything until like the whole area is clear. Meanwhile, the axe is still chopping down trees to make this big plain.
So is this part of their powers then? Or did the mom and grandma specifically buy them magic tools and they're like, great, back-breaking labor?
This is one of their powers. And and their mom and their grandma don't know that they have this.
Okay.
This is them. They're like, we're going to work so hard. And then they're like, they don't know that we have this magic power that we just found out about where we can do this.
I just imagined the mom and grandma being like, oh yeah, you're going to chop, but we bought you those axes. Like, we know you're not doing this.
Nope.
All right.
This is one of the first times, though, where they start showing evidence of like powers. So that's the trick, is that they're able to, they have these powers that allow them to control these tools and have the tools do the work for them, which means that they just get to kind of hang out. And they're like, and grandma's going to bring us a big lunch and then we can go home and be like, oh, so tired. And then we can have a big dinner. Got him.
Got him.
Got him. So the axe and the pick are working. They take the hoe and they like whack it into the earth and let go of it, and it begins scraping and leveling all of the dirt to prepare it to sow corn.
Yeah.
The hoe scrapes and loosens and levels the earth until it is as soft as feathers. Hunahpú and Xbalanqué leave their tools to go work, and they're like, all right, so we'll just hang out until that's done. And they take their little blowguns and they go play in the woods.
Oh, okay. The blowguns aren't for the corn.
No, not for the corn. Then they go into the woods and they catch a turtle dove named Schmucker.
Okay.
And they catch this turtle dove and they very quickly train it. And they're like, hey, our turtle dove pet now, can you sit at the top of a very tall tree and then look for our grandma because she's going to come with lunch. And when she's coming, warn us by singing a little song. And Schmucker is like, yeah, absolutely. Flies up to the top of a tree.
Okay.
And then they go take their blowguns into the jungle.
Yeah.
They take their blowguns and they go out into the forest and they do a bunch of cool blowgun tricks where they shoot buds from tree limbs. Like they just like,
no, not those buds. My bud.
No, like little flower buds. They're
okay.
like high at the top of trees. They shoot their blowguns and like dart them until they like fall off from the tree and they're like, yes, got it.
Yeah.
They shoot a berry from the mouth of a mouse, which rude.
You know, poor mouse is just like, what just happened to me?
My berry.
What is happening?
And they shot a straw from the beak of a sora, which is a bird in the rail family.
Okay.
So it was like, yeah.
What is happening?
We just want to eat lunch.
I'm so hungry.
Eventually they hear the sound of Schmucker.
Yeah.
The turtle dove. I just think that name is so funny.
Schmucker.
Schmucker. The turtle dove sings, and so they're like, Grandma's coming. And they drop their blowguns and they roll around in the dirt for a little bit. And then they like pick up a bunch of the like wood chips that from the axe, like just chopping through all of the trees. And they like put wood chips all over themselves. And they take all the tools and hold them.
Yeah.
And their grandma comes up with this big lunch and is like, wow, you boys look like you've been working pretty hard. And they're like, whew. I mean, all in a hard day's work for strong, growing, responsible boys like us.
You do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life, Grandma. That peanut butter jelly? Crust cut off, yes.
Yes?
Because we're big, strong boys who don't like crusts.
She gives them their big, delicious lunch, and they eat their big, delicious lunch.
Yeah.
She goes back to the house, and they set the tools back to work. And after they eat their big, delicious lunch, they're very sleepy, and so they take a big nap underneath one of the trees.
Yeah.
And
better hope that axe doesn't come and get that tree.
I think they control the axe,
okay.
So it's not like a, what is it, like
a sentient
Fantasia situation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Fortunately. The sun starts to go down and they wake up and they're like, wow, what a long, hard day of labor. And they gather up all of their tools and they rub a little bit more dirt in their faces for good measure. And then they run home so that they'll be sweaty. And they come in the door and they're like, oh, Mama, what a day. A lot harder than we thought it was going to be, gotta be honest. Really, Force was fighting us on that one, but... You know, I think we make good progress. There's going to be more work tomorrow, but I think, you know, it's we got a really good start. So honestly we probably got done with more than we might have. So yeah, we're really tired and yeah. And their mom is like, oh well, come in, eat some dinner. Like you guys don't need to work so hard. Like
nobody's making you do this.
Yeah, she's like, cool it for tomorrow. You don't want to like hurt yourselves, please. Yeah. But in the meantime, let's get you a big dinner and then get you to bed so that you can be all rested and go back out tomorrow. And so
all right, Mom, hold on.
that's what they said they wanted to do.
Yeah.
So she makes them like a big fancy dinner and everything, and they eat this big delicious dinner, and then she tucks them into bed and is like, my big strong boys, and they're like, thanks, Mom. And they go to sleep. They wake up in the morning and they take their tools and they're like, Mom, Grandma, back to work. Lunch again, Grandma? Is that okay? And she's like, of course, my big strong boys. And they're like, thanks, Grandma. We really appreciate it. You're really helping the corn effort.
And Grandma, today, don't skimp on the appy sizes. Thank you.
Maybe some extra appy sizes.
Peanut butter on the side, Grandma.
And jelly on the other side. Regular sandwich. Gotcha, Grandma.
Oh, Grandma. Nerd!
These kids suck.
Yeah, they're bad.
No, they're good. They're fine.
Okay.
They take their tools and they go out to the field. And they walk through the jungle to get to the field. And then they keep walking through the jungle. And they're like, where the fuck is our field?
Uh-oh.
What the fuck? And they look around and they realize that the place that they had cleared yesterday, all of the trees and the vines and the rocks and everything has regrown and gone back to where it was the day before.
Uh-oh.
And they drop all of their tools and they're like, what the heck? We worked so hard. Never mind that they didn't.
Fine.
All of our hard work ruined overnight. How did this happen?
Mm-hmm.
And they cry to each other, "It is a trick! But who could have played it? The creatures of the forest? No! In one night? No, they wouldn't! They would!" So once again, they set their tools to work, but this time they're not messing around. They're not going and playing with their blowguns. This time it's war. And they sit down, they put their heads together, and they're like, what are we going to do about this? Because, you know, if we're not careful, we can come back tomorrow and this whole thing could be regrown again because of those pesky animals.
Yeah.
Getting revenge on us for blow darting their lunch out of their mouth.
Yeah. That mouse is just sitting with like shadow over its eyes. Tiny little mouse paw on a fist.
Yes.
Soon.
They put their heads together and they determine that what they have to do to make sure that this doesn't happen again is they have to camp out overnight in this area to see what happens to make the trees regrow and everything like that. And they're like, we're sure that it's the animals of the forest and they're doing it. And they're doing it to mess with us, those animals of the forest. They finish their day's work, quote unquote, and they go home and they're like, Mom, Grandma, you will never believe what happened. And the mom and grandma are like, what happened?
Tell us.
The forest regrew itself. All of our very hard work from yesterday. We had to redo all of it all day long. So much hard work and we're so tired and so hungry. Thank you for lunch, Grandma. And also thank you for dinner, which I assume is happening soon, Mama. And they're like, the creatures of the forest, we think, came overnight and they were mad at us because we were, for no reason.
Because we were doing nothing.
Because they're mean.
They just fucking hate hard work and honest labor.
They just don't support blue-collar American jobs.
Classic.
Like, these animals of the forest came and they regrew the forest overnight. So what we have to do, Mom and Grandma, is we're going to go and camp out in the forest overnight. And then if the animals try and regrow the forest again, we're going to stop them. And then tomorrow we'll be able to finish the cornfield and plant all the corn. And then the animals won't be able to do anything about it.
Yeah.
And the mom and grandma are like, okay, well, it sounds like you've got a plan. And they're like, so we'll need dinner to go.
Bag up those chicken thingies. I got a mission.
I'm going to put all this mac and cheese in my buckets.
I'm sorry, Mom. You're going to have to put those dino nuggies, I assume, in a doggy bag. It's like, why would you just assume you're getting spaghetti? No! Spaghetti! Oh.
Only one of them likes spaghetti.
One of them is me who hates spaghetti. And one of them is you who would prefer it.
Yes. It's us. The hero twins.
We're the hero twins.
So they put together their little dinner lunch sacks and also have a little bit of dinner at home. They pack their things up to spend the night in the woods. And they get ready and they're like, Mom, Grandma, if we don't come back, you'll know it's because those animals of the forest found us out and wanted to destroy all of our hard work. And they're like, okay, be careful. We'll see you in the morning. Let us know if you need anything. And they're like, all right. And they walk out into the woods. They get to the area that they've finished the cornfield and everything is still fine. It's just starting to get dark. And they hide away in a little spot that they know, like, once it's dark, no one will be able to see them. And they sit and they wait. Mm-hmm. And a little while after it becomes fully dark, they start hearing rustling and moving and footsteps all around in the forest. And the animals of the forest start to convene around this clearing. And the twins are like, we fucking knew it. These animals of the forest destroying all of our hard work. They hear all of the animals come in. They hear mountain lions and jaguars and wildcats and coyotes and boars, coatis, birds, deer, and rabbits all converging on this little clearing. The twins are like, it's time. Let's do it. And they jump out and they're like, ha, we caught you. And they try and grab the mountain lion and the jaguar. And mountain lion and the jaguar obviously are way too fast for them and run away. And then all the other animals are like, and start to run away. They're like, no, we're going to get you. And the only two animals that they're able to catch are the deer and the rabbit. Mm-hmm. And each one of them catches one of them by the tail. Yeah. And the animal screams and then its tail falls off. And then it runs into the woods. And that's why deer and rabbits have short tails.
Aww. Cute.
Yes.
Dangerous to catch a deer by the tail.
Yes. Yeah. Also difficult now.
Even more so now.
Yeah. So all of the animals escape, and the two brothers are like, man, I can't believe they got away again.
Can't believe that didn't work.
Shoot. And then they hear one tiny little set of footsteps, and they both like go, shh, quiet. And then they both pounce, and they catch this little rat that was running behind.
Am I late for the meeting?
This little rat that was with the other animals of the forest, but was running behind, so he didn't get away as fast.
Yeah.
And they catch this rat. And the boys are like, you, we're going to punish you for all that all the forest animals have done. They're incantations to bring the forest back. I don't
even know those guys.
They catch the rat, and they squeeze him, and they're like, evil rat. And he's like, no, I have a family. And then they toast his tail over a fire, and they're like, God. Bad rat. And that's why rats have bald tails, is because they got toasted.
I mean, this is some medieval torture shit.
Yeah.
And they're way before medieval torture times. They're ahead of the game.
And finally the rat is like, please don't kill me. It would be such a disappointing way to die. And also, like, it wasn't even your business to plant that cornfield in the first place. And they're like, what do you mean? He's like, well, I'll tell you what I mean if you let me go. And they're like, okay. And so they let him go. And he's like, and if you give me a snack. And they're like, give us the information and then you can have a snack. And he's like, all right, I'll tell you. They let him go. And he says, you boys shouldn't be out here planting a cornfield. Mm-hmm. You've got much more important things that you need to be doing.
You have to go to school, learn how to read.
You idiots. Your father, Hunahpú.
Yeah.
And his brother.
Yeah.
Like
Hunahpú. Everyone knows that.
And his brother, Hunahpú, your uncle.
Twins, I'm guessing.
Possibly. It's literally Hunahpú 1 and Hunahpú 7 are their names.
Oh, ooh, I hope not twins.
Ooh, octuplets maybe. But they're like best friends. They're like the two brothers that always like work together in their little like era of the Mayan pantheon. The two of them died in Xibalba, as you know. And the boys are like, sure, we knew that, definitely. And their sports equipment, the rat says,
okay,
is in your house and you don't even know about it. And they're like, what? The rat tells them that their father and uncle's gloves and rubber ball and ring for the game Pok-ta-Pok, which is a ball game. It's the one in The Road to El Dorado.
That they play with the little armadillos?
Yes. You have to put a rubber ball through a hoop, basically.
Yeah.
And also, I have to assume that the name is onomatopoetic because it's like...
Yeah. It's kind of like early lacrosse. That's what it sounds like.
Maybe.
With like a hoop instead of a net.
Yeah, I don't think that they have like sticks or anything like that.
Okay, but never mind.
They have gloves and a rubber ball and a ring.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So this like sports equipment that your dad and his brother had, it's in your house and you don't even know about it. And your mom and your grandma, they were never going to tell you that cool ball was there because ball is what got your father and your uncle killed.
Oh, I can't play basketball. That's how my dad died.
And the twins are like, what? There's a ball in our house? And we didn't know about it. And the rat's like, yeah, and it's a really good one, too. And they're like, well, we have to get the ball. We could have been playing with ball this whole time.
Ball is death. Ball is death.
Ball is death.
I didn't even know.
And the rat's like, yeah, so I don't know why you're out here planting corn when you could be balling. And the twins are like, well, this is a game changer. First of all, thank you for telling us this. You can have all of our little snackies.
Oh.
And also, there's more where that came from. Oh. We need your help. And the rat's like, hey, man.
You son of a bitch. I'm in.
I said I was out. And they're like, but you didn't mean it. And he's like, one more job.
One more job. One more job. I'm getting too old for this shit.
They talk through their plan, and then they walk back home.
They're like, here's what we're going to do. Oh, that's crazy. What? I can't wear the dress.
Basically. Yeah. They walk back home, and it is now morning.
Yeah.
they come back to the house, and one of the brothers walks in through the front door and is like, oh my gosh, what a long night. But don't worry, we caught the animals. They were about to do an incantation to make the forest grow back. Mm-hmm. We scared them all off, so it's fine. While he is distracting his mother and his grandmother, the other twin sneaks around the back of the house with the rat.
Oh, no. There's a rat in the house.
And puts the rat in the house.
That'll teach him.
And then sneaks back around to the front door and joins his brother. And their mom and grandma are like, well, it sounds like you were very brave. And they're like, yeah, we were very brave. It was harrowing. But don't worry, because we're big and strong and tough, and we're not scared of anything. Mm-hmm. So we took care of it, and you're safe, Mom and Grandma. And they're like, well, such hard labor deserves certainly a big, delicious breakfast. And the boys are like, yes, a big, delicious breakfast. And they go to their grandma and they say, Grandma, can we have corn cakes with chili sauce?
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah. And their grandma is like, I suppose for our very strong and brave heroes, I can do corn cakes with chili sauce. Mm-hmm. So she starts making corn cakes and chili sauce. When everything is ready, they all sit down at the table, and there's a big water jug in the middle of it. And one of the twins reaches over to like pour himself some water, and he knocks over the water jug. And all of the water spills out. Aww. And he's like, oh no, but we were so thirsty. We were out all night in the wilds working to provide for our family. And we're so thirsty. We're going to die. Grandma, we're going to die if we don't have water. And she's like, okay, well, I'll take the jug and I'll go get some more water then. And she takes the jug and she leaves the house to go down to the river to get water. Mm-hmm. And the boys are like, oh, I can't wait for her to get back with that water. Oh, so thirsty. But we do have these delicious corn cakes with chili sauce, so we might as well. And so they start eating their corn cakes with chili sauce. Mm-hmm. And the story specifically says, but secretly, in the red reflection of the chili sauce, they are looking at the reflection of the roof above. Mm-hmm. And in the rafters is the rat.
Yay!
And they see him find a bag of sports tools hanging from the ceiling. And he gives
sports tools.
And he gives them a little rat thumbs up.
Okay.
And they look up from their chili sauce and they say, Mama, Grandmother's been gone for quite a while. Do you think she needs help bringing the water back? And their mom's like, oh no, I'm sure she's fine. And they're like, well, it's just been a long time and we're really worried. And what if something's happened? And she's like, all right, I'll go check on her.
You go check on her.
And meanwhile, one of the twins sends a mosquito.
Okay.
That he has control over.
His friend.
Yeah, his friend.
Bud.
Really weird, but one of the twins specifically has mosquito powers. It comes up a couple of times in their stories. He has mosquito powers.
Got some mosquito powers. That twin is itchy, and the other one is scratchy.
Yeah.
The other one really doesn't like his brother's mosquito power.
No. The one with mosquito powers, Hunahpú, mm-hmm. sends a little mosquito out to the river where his grandma is, and he has the mosquito poke a hole in the jug, so all the water pours out. So she's trying to fill up the jug, and all the water keeps coming out, and she's like, what's wrong with my jug?
How big is that mosquito?
And meanwhile, her daughter-in-law, their mom, is like coming out to check on her, and she's like, what's happening to my jug? And she's like, I don't know, what's going on with this jug? And I'm just looking at the jug. Back in the house, though, the boys, they get their mom and their grandma out of the house, and then they give the rat the thumbs up. Mm-hmm. And the rat up in the rafters starts chewing through the cord that's holding the net with all of the sports tools in it.
Sports tools.
Sports tools.
Max and I are sports people. We get it.
The equipment. He gnaws straight through the cord, and the whole net comes down from the ceiling, and this like beautiful shiny red rubber ball comes out, and these huge like manly gloves, and like a shiny ring that's somehow used in the game, and I don't understand it.
At the hoop?
Probably, but I don't know. They all fall from the ceiling, and the boys are like, yes! And they take all the sports equipment, and they...
Sports tools.
They pick everything up, and they sneak out the front door of the house, and they run down the road until they're like halfway between their house and the ball court.
Yeah.
And they hide all of the sports equipment behind a bush next to the side of the road. And they're like, yes, we can't wait to come back here and play with our ball. And then they run back to the house. They go past the house and over to the river where their mom and their grandma are sitting with this jug, and they're trying to like like cover the hole in the jug.
Yeah.
But it keeps like anytime they fill it, it like leaks anyways. So they're like, how do we? And they're both like holding. It's like springing new holes because
mosquitoes just keep poking more.
Yeah. And the boys are like, what happened? You were both gone for so long. We thought you must have fallen in the river. And the mom and grandma are like, well, we're trying to get water, but there's something wrong with the jug. And the Xbalanqué, he's the smart one, not the mosquito one.
The mosquito one isn't the smart one?
They're both smart.
Okay. Scratchy.
Yeah, scratchy. Xbalanqué is like, Mama, Grandma, don't worry. I'll take care of it. And he takes a little piece of resin, like tree sap, and he plugs the hole. Yeah. Like all of the little, like the holes and cracks around the jug. And he's like, see? It's totally fine. And the mom and grandma are like, oh, smart boys, wise boys. What good, smart, strong, good boys. And they're like, we are good, smart, strong, good boys.
You're not wrong. Also hungry again.
More snacks, please. And grandma's like, all right, let's go make some more corn cakes and chili sauce. And they all walk back to the house, and then the two little boys skip along ahead towards the house, holding hands and giggling. And that's the end of the story.
That's so cute.
Yeah. Little scamps.
I love them.
I absolutely love them. I loved this story. This was a romp, and I had a great time.
Yeah.
Also, in researching the background for this story, what the fuck, dude?
Max read me some of the random Mayan myths, and they really are what the fuck.
Yeah. I was wrong, actually. I told you that it wasn't relevant to this, but it is. The twins, their mom's name is Blood Moon.
Oh, that's her?
Yes.
Okay.
And her father is one of the Lords of Death in Xibalba, and his name translates to the Blood Gatherer. Mm-hmm. He's like one of the gods of death, which there are 10 lower gods of death and 2 upper gods of death, basically. Yeah. The 2 upper gods are 1 death and 7 death. I think there's like a weird dichotomy with 1 and 7 being like pairs.
Say, that's not the dad and uncle?
No.
Oh, this is a whole different thing.
No. But the 1 death and 7 death invited 1 Hunahpú and 7 Hunahpú, which their name is like blowgunner, basically. Yeah. So they're like huntsmen. Yeah. And they're these twin gods, and one of them, Hunahpú, is the twins' father, kind of. Yeah. The 2 like leading gods of death invited the 2 boys, his dad and their dad and uncle, to come down to the underworld and play a game of ball with them. But then they tricked them and they put them into the House of Darkness, which is a house that is dark.
Oh no!
And then sacrifice them and kill them.
Oh god!
And it's a huge trick. It's like a coup. It's awful. And then they cut off their heads and they hang their heads from these trees. What kind of tree is it? It's a specific kind of tree, and I can't think what it is. It has a Q in it. Not a kumquat.
Okay.
Whatever it is. They hang their heads from these trees, and then this girl, who is the daughter of one of the 10 lower gods of death, is walking by, and she sees this head, and she's like, hi, head. What's up? And the head's like, bleh. Yeah. And then saliva from the head drips down onto her, and she becomes pregnant with the twins.
Gross.
Yeah. And then her dad's like, who'd you fuck? And she's like, I literally didn't. And he's like, well, you're banished. And she gets thrown out of Xibalba, and they like they send these owl guardians to kill her. Yeah. But she convinces the owl guardians. She's like, I'm carrying, like, this wasn't my fault. I didn't do anything wrong. This was like some weird trick of magic or whatever. Yeah. The owl guardians believe her. And so they fake her death by creating like this red resin heart to bring back in place of actually bringing her.
Snow White.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she goes off and she finds the mother of Hunahpú.
Snow White also has 7, the 7 dwarves.
Yeah. Huh. Hunahpú is the head that dripped on her and made her pregnant. Gross. But she goes and finds his mom. Yeah. And she's like, I think somehow I'm pregnant with your son's twins. And the mom is like, no, you're not, because he's dead. And she's like, no, I know. But here's what happened. And the grandma makes her go through a series of trials to like prove that these are like that she is pregnant with these, basically her grandchildren and everything. Yeah. And then once she is able to prove it and everything, the grandmother like invites her to live with her, and the two of them kind of live together in exile and raise these two little twin boys. And then later the twin boys go back into Xibalba and fuck everything up and avenge their dad. It's great.
Hell yes. Oh my God, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's great. It's so cool. Yeah, there are a couple of other stories in there that I might tell, but also I just like it's a lot like the many hells of
Chinese.
Yes.
Mythology, yeah.
Yeah, like all the different hells and everything. That's also a thing in the Mayan mythology where it's like, ooh, like you've got, but instead of hells, it's like houses.
Yeah.
Kind of. And they're like the house of darkness and the house of jaguars, which is full of jaguars, and they're hungry and they eat you. And the house of bats, and there's bats in it, and they're hungry and they eat you.
Oh.
You have to go through a river of blood and a river of scorpions and a river of pus.
Yes.
It's great. It's fucking great.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. I had a great time researching this one. It's very fun.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. How adorable.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to take a little break?
Let's do it.
Okay. We will be right back. Okay, Max.
Okay, Janey.
I started without warning you. How do you like that?
Not a lot.
Oh, so you think I shouldn't do that for the future?
I mean, I survived it, but only barely.
You're so brave. So today, I am bringing you a story from the book Celtic Fairy Tales, retold by Neil Phillip and illustrated by Isabel Brent.
Ooh, I don't think I've seen this one before.
My aunt got this for me for like 2 Christmases ago, and I've told a couple stories from here, but I haven't used it in a little while.
Oh.
It's pretty.
I like it.
I like gold foil and fun little details, Celtic knots.
Yeah, very like Celtic knotwork inspired in a lot of like the compositions and stuff like that.
Also, the illustrations are very like saturated.
Yeah.
It's very satisfying. Okay. So the story that I'm going to tell you today, I wanted to tell a mermaid story. It's May. It's mermaid. I was like, let's end it on a mermaid story. And there is a story that I like from Jen Campbell's book, The Sister Who Ate Her Brothers, right? Which I have done some stories before, and I had some criticisms of the book, but I really like it. And that story was called, I don't write it down. That story was called like something similar to this, but there's no sources. So this is the source that she got that story from, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But this story is called The Soul Cages.
Ooh.
It is an Irish story by Thomas Cately.
Wow, this sounds scary, maybe.
The Soul Cages. Okay, here's the first lines of the story. In the east coast of County Clare lived a man called Jack Docherty. I assume that's Docherty. I've heard Docherty before. Doghert. It could be Dougherty. I think it's Docherty.
I think there are multiple pronunciations for it, and
I'm going to say Docherty.
Yeah.
Irish people, don't come for me. Okay. He was a fisherman, as his father and grandfather had been before him. That's the first 2 lines. Jack lived in a lonely little house right on the coast where he could see the ocean, and every day he would look out and he would basically watch to see if any boats were being wrecked by the waves or on the jagged rocks. Lots of people did this, but since he was right there on the ocean, he was like always first to see them. Then he would row out on his little boat, his little fishing boat, and he would, quote, aid poor souls in trouble.
wow.
Yeah. And then he would help himself to any of the cotton bales or the kegs of rum from the shipwreck. A little treat for Jack.
He has been a good boy.
He has been a good boy. Now, this was an okay life, right? He was a fisherman. He was a scavenger.
Sure.
Yeah. Jack wasn't like unhappy, but he did have one wish. He had had this one wish his whole life. He wanted to see a merrow. A merrow was a sea person or mermaid.
That's Merrow.
And he had heard stories of them all his life. And it was also said that his grandfather was like best friends with a merrow. That was like a legend in his village. And he's like, I want to be best friends with a merrow. That sounds rad as hell. I like that like legacy. But he'd never seen one himself, right? There's all this people saying like, they're not real. And he's like, maybe they aren't real. I've never seen one. Maybe it's just a story. So for his entire life, while he would watch for the shipwrecks on the ocean, he was also looking for signs of a merrow. Like one of those like knee-jerk reaction things, like looking for fairies after growing up with your grandmother from Hunahpú telling you about fairies. No big deal.
Just as an example.
As an example. Finally, one day he spotted something way off in the distance, perched on a rock in the sea. It was just a green blob from far away. And he's like squinting his eyes like, is that something? I don't know what that is.
Scottish Uncle Tony.
It's Scottish Uncle Tony. Just a little green blob. But it kind of looked like it could have been holding something in his hand, like maybe like a hat. He's like, does it have a hat? What is this? He stared and stared for like half an hour, but the blob didn't move. And he was just about to convince himself that his eyes were playing tricks on him when the blob suddenly dived from the rock and into the sea. And he was like, okay, so that was something. And so after that, Jack was watching that specific rock for any signs that the marrow had returned. And he didn't see anything for a long, long time. They had excellent weather, like the sea was calm. And he was like, okay, maybe I didn't see that. But then one day, when a storm was starting to pick up and the waves were crashing, he saw the green marrow again. Quote, it was diving from the rock into the pounding waves, then climbing back up and diving in again. It was playing. Aww. I really like that. And that's how Jack realized that he would only see the marrow if it was storming. So he's like, okay, so now I know kind of when to watch for. It was on one such day, when the wind started to pick up and a storm came rolling in, that Jack found himself caught out on his fishing boat. And the storm came in so fast that he was forced to take refuge in a nearby cave. And while he was in there, he saw to his amazement that he was not alone. The marrow was in there too.
Oh my God, and there's only one bed.
There's only one bed in this cave. Actually, why is there a bed in this cave?
That's the marrow's house. It is broken.
It's like, okay, rude. There's a sign on the cave that says, wipe your fins. Quote, it had green hair, long green teeth, a red nose, and pig's eyes. It had a fish's tail, legs with scales on them, and short arms like fins.
That's a weird mermaid.
It had no clothes, a big dick, but held a cocked hat under his arm and looked very solemn and thoughtful.
Can you just give that to me one more time?
Sorry. Big dick.
No. From the top.
Whole thing.
From the top, yeah.
It had green hair, long green teeth, a red nose, and pig's eyes. It had a fish's tail, legs with scales on them, and short arms like fins. It had no clothes, but held a cocked hat under its arm and looked very solemn and thoughtful. I have a picture to help you imagine this.
Okay, I'm picturing a crocodile.
Sure. With
big cartoon lady lips.
Okay.
Holding a hat.
Okay. So that's basically all you need to know.
Oh. Different.
Kind of looks like old Greg.
It looks a lot like old Greg. That's old Greg.
Unfortunately, this is old Greg.
Oh boy, where to begin?
Just imagine old Greg and you got it.
Okay, so I was picturing something closer to like a reptile or like fish figure. This is a human person. They're all like blue-green with scales, no belly button, no nipples. I know that was the first question you guys were going to ask.
But a big dick.
They have a big fishtail growing out of their ass. They're standing up on two legs, and their arms kind of terminate at about where the elbow would be, and they're short, stupid little flippers. And they have like seaweed hair and truly like a beautiful little fairy face, but the rest of them looks like a fucked up fish guy. Like not to be mean, but they do have a little bit of a pot belly also.
Yeah.
It's just...
Yeah, he's got some...
It's an interesting mermaid. I like it.
That's just what he looks like. I don't know what to tell you. All right.
That's old Greg.
So Jack saw old Greg. Jack saw the marrow and said, "Oh, your servant, sir." And he like bowed because it was the first thing he thought to say.
Sorry, what kind of hat is he holding?
It's called a cocked hat.
Spell?
Cocked.
Oh, okay. That's what...
I'm imagining a fedora you cocked to the side over one eye.
Yeah. Okay. That makes some amount of sense. Yeah, I'm picturing a big black floppy beach hat.
Sure. The nice thing about the story is you can picture whatever hat you want. Just cock it over one eye.
Yep. Very tall top hat.
Monopoly hat. So Jack bowed to the Marrow and said, "Your servant, sir." And the Marrow nodded and said, "Oh, your servant, Jack Doherty." And Jack was like, "Oh, how do you know my name?" And the Marrow was like, "You look a lot like your grandfather. He was a really good friend of mine."
What?
And he said, quote, "Many's the time he came with me to my house to drink a shell full of brandy, and you would be as welcome as he was." End quote. Jack was doubtful. He's like, okay. But the Marrow was like, "Listen, meet me here in the same cave on Monday, and I'll show you what I mean." And so the next Monday, Jack found himself back in the cave.
Stop touching me.
I'm not touching you.
Yeah, you're touching my leg. Just like gently
that.
Tickling my knee.
Okay.
Stop it.
I did not feel that. So the next Monday, Jack found himself back in the cave where the Marrow was waiting with 2 cocked hats. What? One on each side covering both his eyes. He handed one to Jack and he said, "I want you to put on this hat and dive down to my house beneath the sea." And Jack was like, "Oh, I can't do that. I'll drown. I don't breathe underwater.
And I really can't pull off hats."
Not a hat guy. But the Marrow assured him that his grandfather had put on the hat many times and swam down with him. And he said, quote, "Are you not the man your grandfather was?" End quote. So together, they swam out to the rock because Jack is the man his grandfather was.
Damn.
And the Marrow handed him the cocked hat. After Jack put it on, the Marrow said, "You're not a hat guy. That's fine." Doesn't work for everyone.
Try it, like, sideways a little bit. No, that's worse. That's worse. Put it back.
Cock it more.
Did you try cocking it? Okay, cock it again, but different.
Cock it and pull it. Then the Marrow said, "Follow me." And he dove into the sea. And Jack was terrified, but he thought, if my grandfather did it, I can too. And he dove into the water after the Marrow. The two went down, 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 Jack holding onto the Marrow's tail. Huh?
To Goblin Town.
Down, down, down to Goblin Town. Wearing a stupid hat. The goblins are going to be so mean to him.
Oh my god, he's going to get so bullied by goblins.
Nerd! Jack was holding onto the Marrow's tail, and they were going really fast. Finally, they came out under the water, and they found a little house with a roof of oyster shells. Quote, "Above it, the sea arched like the sky does over the land, and in it, fishes were swimming about like birds." It's like a little bubble, it sounds like. They went inside the house to the kitchen, and they found that supper was cooking, which is delicious. 2 young Marrows were cooking a little meal. Jack lifted the lid off the pot and found that whatever it was smelled delicious. Then he was led into the cellar, where barrels and kegs of brandy and rum were stacked floor to ceiling. They had all come from the same shipwrecks that Jack had been getting stuff from. And so, like, as they floated down, the Marrow would collect them. So, like, he was kind of rich as well.
I'm very suspicious.
A little bit suspicious. Why?
Well, because he's a fisherman.
Yeah.
Right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like they're cooking people. And I feel like they've just caught him and they're going to eat him for dinner. That's just what I feel like.
Maybe.
Also, I like the idea that the Marrow can't breathe underwater unless he's wearing a special hat. Like, that's not like a Marrow power.
Yeah.
It's
because he also is wearing the hat. And
Yeah.
he lives in a bubble under the sea. Yeah, you're totally right.
Which is... Why does he...
Yeah.
Why does he have scales and a fish tail?
It's pretty weird. Huh. Like, he's really good at swimming, but yeah, he can't breathe underwater. Maybe he can hold his breath for a long time. Like whales don't breathe underwater.
Maybe it's like a swim bladder where, like,
yeah,
it helps them, like, the hat is to regulate pressure so that they can go deep enough.
Yeah, maybe. You know what? That's probably it.
Yeah, it's a bladder hat. Classic bladder.
Classic bladder hat. Okay, they went back to the little kitchen with their keg of brandy, and they ate delicious food, and they got really drunk. And at the end of the meal, Jack lifted his shell of brandy in a toast, and he said, "Here's to your health, although I don't know your name."
Aw. I'm Mary. Mary the Marrow.
I'm married. I don't need to know my name. Shh, no names. The Marrow laughed and told him his name was Kumara, and he toasted to Jack's health as well. And Jack then said, "May you live another 50 years, Kumara." And Kumara answered, "Make it 500, Jack. 50 is not long enough for me."
That's not very long for my
it's
people.
Like saying, "I hope you die next year."
I hope you live another month.
I hope you get what's coming to you. He's like, no, make that longer. They emptied shell after shell of brandy, and soon they started singing. as you often do when you're emptying shell after shell of brandy. Kumara taught Jack one of the Marrow songs. It's a famous shanty. We all know it. We all love it. Sing it with me if you know it. Rum fum boodle boo, ripple dipple diddy bob, dum doo doodle coo, raffle taffle chitty bob.
Oh.
You were not far off.
I was not far off.
Have you heard this one before? Do you want to know what it means? Rum fum boodle boo, ripple dipple nitty dob, dum doo doodle coo, raffle taffle chitty bob.
I am a fish. Well, I live in the sea. I eat people. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
That's what it means. Are you sure you haven't heard this before? Well, here's the thing. The story says, quote, if you want to know what it means, you'll have to dive down beneath the sea and ask the Marrows, for no one on Earth knows. End quote. Except for Max.
I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to tell. They didn't tell me it was a secret.
Uh-oh.
They didn't tell me.
Well, they're going to be coming for you. You better stay out of the ocean, bitch.
Oh, no.
Eventually, Kumara told him he wanted to show Jack his collection of curiosities. So he led Jack into a huge room filled with amazing treasures and strange doodads.
Oh. Who's its and what's its galore?
Yeah, there was who's its and what's its galore. One part of the room, though, called to Jack in particular.
Jack!
Yeah. Yes. What? One of the walls was filled with what looked like large lobster pots. And so Jack was like, what are those? And Kumara said,
lobster pots.
He said, oh, well, those are the soul cages. Now look at this stupid statue I found. And Jack was like, no, back to the soul cages? The what? And Kumara said, the soul cages, for keeping souls in. This fucking statue, though, what an idiot. Am I right? He's just looking at something else. Jack was like, okay, so, are you keeping fish souls in there, I assume? Fish souls? And Kumara was like, no. Sailor souls.
Of course it's sailor souls.
Obviously sailor souls.
Obviously.
That's where the soul cages. You're telling me you don't have a room full of sailor souls in cages?
I'm sorry, you're using your soul cages for fish? That's cruel.
Not fish, Jack. He said whenever a storm was brewing, he would set his cages under the sea, and when the souls of drowning sailors left their bodies, they would take refuge in his pots, and the Marrow would bring them home and add them to his collection. Isn't that fun? And also, the statue is wearing a little hat.
I also think, and I'm sorry to keep, one step backing us, but they're drinking the brandy out of shells.
Yeah.
This Marrow has a bunch of stuff, definitely owns cups, right?
Yeah, but, if we had a bunch of shells, we wouldn't, just because we have cups, we wouldn't be drinking out of the shells. It's not our way.
So. What kind of shells are you picturing?
Deep ones.
Sure. Janey's motioning her hands like a bowl, which is not a kind of shell that I'm aware of.
A giant clam shell that's deep. Maybe like a conch shell. You hold it like a cone. You put ice cream on it, and it's like an ice cream cone.
Aw. Okay, yeah. All right.
Okay.
I'll drink from a shell. I'll take it.
You wouldn't before, though.
No.
Little shot glass shells.
Yeah, I was picturing just a little scallop, No,
big shells. Like the ones that Ariel wears over her knockers.
Knockers! Over her who's its and what's its.
Noir. It's one that Ariel wears over her gadgets and gizmos.
I never thought I would be the kind of person who would name their boobs, but...
Gadget and gizmo?
Yes. My boobs have names now. And it's that. Okay. And unfortunately, my vagina now also has a name, and it's the thingamajig.
You want thingamabobs? I've got plenty. Who cares? When it was time to go, Kumara made Jack put the hat on backwards and then dive up through the sea. He shot up and up like a bubble and soon found himself back on the shore. He threw the hat back into the ocean and it sunk like a stone.
It is a swim bladder.
It's a swim bladder. Yeah, sounds like it. but a cool one that you can wear backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, now Jack was a lighthearted, easygoing kind of man, not given to worrying. But he couldn't get this idea of that stupid statue out of his head. Why did it look like that? Was the artist like really bad at his job, or was that the point to like make you think about it long after you were gone? Also, what the fuck was up with the soul cages? That's weird, actually. Jack decided he needed to do something about it, so he concocted a plan. The next time they met in the cave, Jack invited Kumara to come to his house to dine. He told the Marrow that he knew he had drank rum and brandy. He's like, I know you've had the best in the world. But, quote, I'll wager you have never had a drop of the real Mountain Dew.
Code red.
Code red, baby!
That's gamer fuel.
Kumara was like, what's that? And he's like, that's what we drink when we play Call of Duty with our friends. Okay, so he calls it Mountain Dew, but then he immediately says, oh, it's poteen. It's made from potatoes, and that it's the finest drink of all. And I'm like, potatoes aren't mountain vegetables.
Poteen is this, like, truly unbelievably shitty alcohol that was made by the poorest people in Ireland.
Jack disagrees. He thinks it's Mountain Dew.
Well, so the thing about poteen, if I'm remembering this correctly, because I went to the Irish Whiskey Museum in Dublin, and they talked a lot about poteen, and we got to try some, and it was fucking awful. Poteen is basically, it's like if you tried to make whiskey out of potatoes.
Oh.
And also you skipped a couple steps.
Oh, no.
It's not good. But it's like, it's they use a similar process to the process used for making whiskey, but it's cheaper than making whiskey.
And it's potatoes.
Yeah.
Kumara had one glass of, how do you say it?
Poteen.
Poteen. He had one glass of poteen, and then another, and then another. And eventually he was singing that famous ditty. Rum bum, boodle boo. He's scatting, scooted up.
Kokomo.
And eventually he passed the fuck out.
Nice.
Because, quote, for poteen is stronger than any other drink, and Kumara had no head for it, end quote.
Yeah, it's awful. It's the moon. Sorry, what I was going to say is that it's the moonshine of Ireland, which is why it's like the Mountain Dew, because it's the people who are like out in the hinterlands, away from society. That's what they make. It's literally their moonshine.
Okay,
and it's awful.
Poteen is the Mountain Dew of Ireland.
Yep.
As soon as he was snoring, Jack grabbed the cocked hat and he drove into the sea. No, he didn't.
What?
Well, he dove
Don't
into the
drink
sea.
and drive.
He swam into Kumara's house, went into the storeroom, and he opened all of the soul cages as quickly as he could. Now, he couldn't see anything in there because, quote, no man can see the soul any more than he can see the wind. But he thought he could hear a little whistle or chirp each time he opened a cage. When the last soul cage was opened, Jack put the hat on backwards and he set off for home. He arrived back home just as Kumara was waking up, complaining of a terrible headache, because he's a real Janey about whiskey. Jack said, oh, that's nothing. Another glass of poteen will cure it. And he, like, poured another glass, and Kumara was like, whoa. He's like, I've had enough, thank you. He put his cocked hat on, and he went back home. Quote, and the Marrow never knew who had freed the souls from his soul cages, and nor did he ever touch a drop of poteen again so long as he lived. End quote. The end.
Nice.
Yeah.
What?
Released all the souls. Okay.
But, like, what? What does that mean?
Are you a little confused?
No, is that good? Is that bad? What does that mean? It feels like that story needs another, like, paragraph or two.
It could stand to be a little bit longer. Okay, I do have an explanation for that.
Okay, please.
Well, the first thing I want to say is that this is yet another book that I have that is beautifully illustrated that has no sources in it. Neil Phillips, do better. On the back, it specifically calls him a folklorist, and I'm going to go ahead and call bullshit. You're not allowed to call yourself a folklorist if you don't source your shit. Yep. I'm no longer giving authors a pass. Have I ever? Probably not.
I don't think so.
The Soul Cages was invented by the author Thomas Cately. It was originally presented as a genuine Irish folktale in Thomas Crofton Croker's Fairy Legends and Traditions of the South of Ireland in 1825. So it first came up in this book, and Croker was like, I wrote this.
Thomas Crofton Croker wrote that collection, and then W.B. Yeats later was like, fuck Thomas Crofton Croker.
Don't worry, I'm going to go
Okay, good.
Well, I'm not going to go into Yeats's, but everyone was like that. According to Cately, this wasn't a hoax or a mistake, right? Because they said like, oh, this is a genuine Irish folktale, but he was like, no, it's not. I wrote this for this book specifically. He said that Croker had actually requested Cately write this tale for the book. It was based on the grim story Der Wassermann und Erbauer, the waterman and the peasant, or the water spirit and the farmer. And basically, Croker was like, I like that story. You translated that from German into English. Can you go ahead and just write me another version of that for the Irish? And Cately said, okay. So he did that, and then it was put in the book. There was a lot of drama surrounding this book. The story goes, Thomas Crofton Croker had collected a bunch of fairy tales and written them all down, but he lost his manuscript right before publication. And so he went to his Irish like neighbors and stuff, and he's like, fuck, what do I do? Where's my manuscript? And so a bunch of his Irish friends helped him out by writing down as many folktales as they could remember. And they basically made this book a collaboration between a bunch of different authors. So for this reason, Croker published this book at first anonymously. It was like a work of many, and it became instantly popular. But the second it became popular, Croker was like, just kidding, I wrote that. And he took all of the credit, and he didn't source anything. He didn't tell anybody what had happened. And then very quickly, he published volume 2 under his own name. So soon, the authors started to get really pissed off that they weren't being credited at all, because you need to put your fucking sources in your book. Yep. And the fact that he didn't source his stories just continued to cause a lot of drama in the Irish community. As one example, this just made me laugh. I got all of this, by the way, from a website called Writing in Margins. The writer in there, her name is Sarah. She doesn't give a last name. I linked it in the sources. Her whole website is fucking fantastic. It's a lot of like fairy tales, folk tales, a lot of the drama behind them, like historical events and stuff like that. It's very cool. So here's one example of somebody who was pissed. Contemporary poet A.A. Watts wrote in The Literary Souvenir in 1832, quote, "See Crofton Croker, that dull, inveterate, would-be joker. I wish he'd take a friendly hint, and when he next appears in print, would tell us how he came to claim, and to book prefix his name. Those fairy legends terse and smart, of which he penned so small a part, wherefore he owned them all himself, and gave his friends nor fame nor pelf." Whew. A little poem about how he stole their work and took credit for it.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. I'm going to read what Sarah from Writing in Margins wrote, because I think that she describes this really well. She kind of like shows the cattiness of what was going on in the 1800s over this. So this is all her writing. The next one. In his 1834 work, Tales and Popular Fictions, Thomas Cately, who actually wrote this version of this story, declared that he was the uncredited source for a large number of tales in the first and second volumes of Fairy Legends, and he listed a bunch of stories, including the Soul Cages. But it was a collaborative effort as, quote, another hand, i.e. Croker, added details to these stories. So he also went through and changed some of what they wrote.
Fuck.
Cately adds that he had nothing to do with Volume 3, quote, which was apparently intended to rival my fairy mythology. He dismisses fairy legends as a bad depiction of Irish culture and dismissively says that he doesn't really care about getting the credit for such a trifling book. Whew. Croker never explicitly denied that Cately had authored those stories. His combined volume of fairy legends in 1834 left out a number of stories, including the Soul Cages, and the New Forward suggested that the removal of these tales would, quote, sufficiently answer doubts idly raised as to the question of authorship, end quote. Which, no, it doesn't.
No.
This contributed to public perception that Cately really had written the stories he had claimed. Yeah. He's like, I took those out, so now you can't even, like, question me about which ones I wrote. And they're like, so you're admitting you didn't write the other ones? Mm-hmm. All right. In an 1849 interview, Croker included Cately in a list of people who helped him with the book, but indicated that they were essentially secretaries, quote, writing, in most instances, from dictation, end quote.
Ugh.
However, they were all skilled authors and scholars in their own right, and considering his apparent bow to pressure in 1834, this seems suspicious. How fucking petty is that?
That is incredible. I love the beef.
Yes.
Get absolutely fucked, T. Crofton Croker.
Seriously.
I'm going to Google something very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm right. Okay. Thomas Crofton Croker was... his career was that, basically. He was like, look at all these amazing Irish stories that I definitely found all by myself.
And also that some of them weren't even original Irish stories. He had them written for his book.
But specifically, the thing about him that makes him a real fuck ass is that he was an Irish person, raised Irish, who so desperately wanted to be English. He was just absolutely puckering up and kissing the asses of the English constantly. Yeah. All of these collections of stories, he specifically wrote for the English to be like, aren't the Irish so silly? We know better. Which is why W.B. Yeats went back and rewrote all of T. Crofton Croker's stories, because he's like, sorry, an actual Irishman should be telling this.
Yes.
Because you're fucking... You don't count.
Yeah.
Yeah. The T. Crofton Croker was
a piece of shit.
Yeah. He was like an Anglophile, and he was like, actually, I think it'd be great if England took over Ireland. And everyone was like, shut the fuck up, T. Crofton Croker.
Which also makes this particular book of Celtic fairy tales even more fucking ironic that they rewrote all of them. Like, Neil Phillips rewrote all these stories and then didn't source them or credit the original authors.
Wild.
Yeah. Neil Phillips, fucking fight me. I'm sure he's nice.
Yeah.
But do better.
Yes.
Publishers, how about make that a requisite for any folktale collection?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
It's fucking wild.
I agree.
Okay, so the last note I have is I originally found this story in Jen Campbell's book, The Sister Who Ate Her Brothers, and I cannot find my copy of it. It's somewhere in this house. It's also a book of fairy tale retellings. It's also unsourced, which fucking do better. In that book, though, since she does rewrite a lot of them, and she also turns a lot of them into, like, queer retellings, which is very fun. In that book, the Marrow, who she calls a merman, same thing, except that's not what they originally call him. Yeah. The Marrow and Jack are boyfriends in that book.
Cute.
Yeah, and I really like that version because it doesn't change. It doesn't, like, change the story at all. It's just like
my boyfriend's a little bit evil.
This is the picture.
Oh, I love this. Oh God, where to begin? It's a really beautiful, it's an illustration in like a modern style. It's mostly blue with like some patches of green and yellow. There is an Irish guy with like a shitty little mustache and a big like fisherman's sweater with a collared shirt underneath. And he's sitting at a table with like a bowl of soup in between his hands and a glass of wine next to him. And behind him is a very muscular, hot, blonde merman who is coming down from above and like shirtlessly like holding this guy's shoulders and offering him some
soul soup, maybe. It's a ladle of glowing soup.
Yeah, he's holding like a mug and a ladle of soup, and the soup has a frowny face coming out of the smoke. And this is great.
Yeah.
This is great.
They're boyfriends in that. Like, it's the story of him like, I love him, and then realizing the guy's like, yeah, anyway, here are my souls. And he's like, oh no, red flag. Damn it. And then he has to break up with him by releasing all the souls.
But does he?
Does he have to break up with him?
Yeah. It sounds like they kept hanging out, right?
And okay, so in her book, that is what changes, is that he has to like basically end a relationship, release all the souls. In this one, it sounds like no harm, no foul. Like the Marrow never knows who did it.
Yeah, and they just keep hanging out.
Would you be able to keep hanging out with him, though? I mean, to be fair to the Marrow, he is not killing anyone. He's not saving them, but he's not killing them. He's just taking souls that are leaving bodies.
See, to me, that's why this needs like a third act, is because I don't understand what he's doing with them. Or why? So
I think he's just a collector. That's what it seems like, you know? He's just collecting stuff. It's like part of his curiosities.
Is that bad, though, necessarily?
Well, they can't go to heaven.
What if they weren't going to hell? Yeah, I mean...
I guess if they weren't going to heaven, they would just stay in the little lobster cages.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I just, like... I don't have enough context to be like, it was the right call to release them. That's like going to the zoo and being like, all of these animals in cages need to be free, and letting them all go. And it's like, well, none of them are in their native habitat. They're all going to die immediately, and most of them eat each other.
I don't think that has anything to do with the souls. I would assume that
to me, I'm like, I don't understand why he's capturing the souls.
Yeah.
I don't understand what he's doing with them or what the alternative is. I would say don't let them out. Also, it might be specifically that like he's capturing evil souls or something like that.
He doesn't say that. He doesn't
say that, but also he doesn't ask.
Well, he says he sets out traps, and when sailors drown, when their souls are leaving their bodies, they get trapped in the lobster cages instead. But
also, like, there's a lot of mythology about the idea that sailors' souls are lost at sea, or they go to like a specific hell for sailors or something like that.
Could be.
So it's like maybe this is better than the alternative. I just say
if you're an Irish person though in the 1800s, you're most likely going to be having the Christian point of view of souls need to go to heaven or purgatory or hell, you know? Mm-hmm. So I would say with Jack in this context, he's very firmly like, this is a religious thing versus anything else. That being said, he's having a gay relationship with a merman, so who knows how religious he is.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it's good or bad. I'm just saying that feels like a poorly thought through plan of action. I would definitely want more context before I made a big move like that.
100%.
You know?
100%. Anyway, that's the soul cages.
The soul cages.
How fun.
What happened to the soul? What do they do?
Okay, so guys,
where did they go?
Here's a call. Please go on Wattpad or AO3 and write a version of this that answers Max's questions.
What happened?
Please make it explicitly gay.
Yeah.
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 But please don't make the marrow look like old Greg. I'm giving you full license to make him more like the hot mermaid from Jen Campbell's and less like old Greg.
I feel like we have to link old Greg in the notes for this episode.
I don't want to because I'm offended by old Greg.
I'm also offended, but I don't like it. But
I know. You can look up a picture of old Greg, but to be honest, I'm like, yeah, sometimes when I'm like, if you haven't seen it in order to get the jokes, like you can watch it, but it doesn't hold up well. People still quote it as if it does. No. It doesn't.
It doesn't.
It doesn't at all.
But also we sound crazy if you don't know who or what old Greg is.
Go ahead and look it up, but know that we're not endorsing it. Oh, people fucking love it.
Wild.
Yeah. What I don't get, and maybe somebody can explain it to me in the Discord, is people use old Greg as sort of like a queer icon, I feel like. And I feel like it's more like a hate crime.
Sometimes. Some things are both.
Working on those. Okay. Guys, this is the last episode that we are doing before our summer break. We're going on summer break. Max, what are you excited for your summer break from the podcast?
I'm excited. I'm going to read a book.
What book do you want to read? Maybe Ariadne?
Maybe.
If I could give you some things, which you will not take my suggestions, Ariadne, Circe, 2 books that you would fucking love. You would love Circe. I think everyone else should go and read Slewfoot. I really enjoyed myself.
I don't have to, because Janey read it and told me everything that happened.
That's the thing. I knew that Max wouldn't read that one, and so I'm like, and then? Max knows everything that happens in Slewfoot. We also found out that Brom lives here in Savannah.
Yeah. We gotta find him.
Brom's he illustrated and wrote the book, and his fucking illustrations are gorgeous.
They're haunting.
They're
so
cool. Haunting. They're so good. Oh my God. Go read it. And I would say Mother of Worms listened to the audiobook, so she didn't see any of the illustrations. So I was sending her pictures of them. If you want to listen to the audiobook, I will send you pictures, all of the illustrations if you would like. Join the Discord, and I'll just take pictures of my copy, but I highly suggest buying the physical copy. Buy that physical copy.
Clippity-cloppity.
Oh my God, I did it again! Okay. But do you have any ideas of what you want to read? Or it's still up in the air? Sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit. I think I'm just going to try and read maybe even 2 books.
It's
going to be hard because I have to learn to read first.
Don't worry.
But we'll see.
Stop worrying.
Okay.
I have to read a book called The Lawyer Games. I just got a job back at my old tour company that I used to do ghost tours for, but now it's a true crime tour about the Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil case, which is fantastic. So I have to read some books for that.
Yes, we just watched the movie earlier this week, and it's shockingly good.
It's so fun. It didn't do well in box offices.
Really?
The book itself, I'm not going to read the book, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, because it's more of a love story to Savannah and not an accurate representation of the trials. There's a lot of, he makes a lot of stuff. It's still fantastic because of all the characters and stuff like that, but I'm not going to read the book now. I am going to read Lawyer Games by Deb Kirtland, who was the prosecutor who actually arrested him and like did all this stuff. The assistant prosecutor. So I'm going to read his book because apparently it's really good and accurate.
Nice.
Yeah. I already ordered it. Anyway, fun. That's what I'm going to read. Good. And I also want to read all the Hunger Games. I don't know if I'm going to read them all in June. Probably not.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah. I'm also going to, one of my projects for our summer break is going to be, I have like a couple of podcast related projects that I'm like want to fuck around with. So I'm excited.
Maybe some merch.
We're going
to figure out what we want to do with these Twilight puppets. We gotta go through.
Our house is still covered in puppets.
Yeah.
It's May.
Listen, we're feeling burnout from Twilight related stuff. So if you're like, so next year they're gonna top it. Genuinely, this burned us out so bad that like we might take 2 months off. So like, probably not. How fun. So ghost tours, reading.
Yeah.
Merch stuff maybe.
Resting.
Who knows?
Probably we're going to see some friends.
Who? Oh, yeah. Friends coming.
Yeah. I'm about to, I know I said this last weekend. Mm-hmm. Soon, okay. I am going to start a new sourdough start.
Okay.
So that we can have sourdough.
Fun.
That's big things happening.
Something that just happened, I won a grant to get bees in my classroom, and now I officially have a beehive in my classroom, and it's the coolest fucking thing in the world, and I have planted my pollinator garden, so over the summer I have to maintain that. So I get to stop by the school and look at my bees.
Look at my bees! I just sent you a post on Facebook about, you've heard the phrase telling the bees? Mm-mm. It's actually an Irish tradition, I think, which is basically that when someone passes away, you have to tell the bees. Like if there's like a honeybee hive or something like that, you have to tell the bees because otherwise they won't know and they'll be really sad because that person won't come again. So it's like part of the grieving process is to like tell the bees that someone has died.
If it's anybody or like somebody who the bees know?
Unclear. Like I said, I sent you a Facebook post about it, which probably has more context, but it's like... You have to tell the bees that the person died. And that's part of like the mourning process is being like, hey, bees, like, you know. And I thought that was really sweet. But specifically, it's like, hey, tell your troubles to the bees because it helps. And I was thinking for your classroom, it'd be really cool when the kids are having like a bad day, be like, hey, tell the bees. Like, tell them what's going on.
And the kids would fucking love that.
Yeah. Why don't you go tell the bees what happened today?
That's sweet. Maybe I'll make a little sign for the thing of like different myths and like legends of bees around the world so the kids can read it. How fun.
Yeah.
Bees. The kids are obsessed with the bees right now. I do have a thing because I've been gardening a lot more and because we're getting into summer, Savannah has a ton of frogs and lizards, but specifically frogs, and they are out right now. And I didn't realize I brought in like this like pop-up hamper thing that is used to collect leaves that has like holes at the bottom so that water doesn't like get mushy. And I needed to collect some debris, some like organic materials for the bottom of my garden bed. So I had the kids do that for me. That's what kids are for labor.
You remember that episode of New Girl where
they
go on the field trip to clean up that guy's
yard? Keep digging. Mama won't be happy till the yard is clear. And then they knock down a beehive. Anyway, so I was like, I'm going to have the kids do this. So I brought this hamper in through the school to their classroom and went around. And apparently I had like 5 frogs on that hamper that all were jumping off the hamper as I walked through the hallway. So I just had a trail of frogs in the hallway. So when I left, all these teachers were like, oh my God. They all had to they're all terrified of frogs. They all had to go and collect frogs in the hallway. And they're like, why is this happening to us? And it was because of me. I brought a plague. The kids were stoked. Every time a frog, because they kept jumping off outside too. And I was like, there's so many frogs on here. And so I let the kids catch them as long as they were gentle and not afraid. And genuinely, they were having a blast.
Yeah, frogs are great.
And I was like, let's go put them over there now. And they're like, okay. So now I'm getting rid of their fears of the outside so quickly.
Good.
Yeah.
Genuinely good.
They have no longer a fear of bees, which they also have to have a respect for bees' personal space.
Yes.
They don't have really a fear of lizards. Unfortunately, I've gotten rid of their fear of cockroaches in one class, which I still don't like cockroaches.
They live in Savannah. They're going to have to get used to cockroaches.
Yeah.
You know, it's better that they're not afraid.
True. Yeah. Anyway. The whole thing. Some of them are afraid of butterflies. We're having to really start from square one.
Oh God, these kids.
It's not their fault. The adults are worse. The adults in my school, they will try to kill frogs and lizards if they see them.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
I don't either. I call me every time. Interrupt my class.
Yeah. I'm the person in my building who handles all of the frogs and lizards and stuff.
Yeah.
And
we're just a couple of swamp people.
Yeah.
These people here, they have no excuse for not being swamp people.
No, they're literal swamp people, and somehow we, the Yankees.
No, I'm not a Yankee. I grew up in Florida.
You grew up in a different swamp.
I grew up in a very similar swamp to here. You're a Yankee.
I'm
You're
a
Charlottesville.
Yankee.
Did you see the fucking immediate panic that set in when you called me a Yankee? What? That was fucking.
Yeah, that was
primal.
Yeah.
That was generational disgust.
I think you'll find also, if you listen back to that very suddenly a little bit of Missouri crept into your voice.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Which I think is great. My only thing is I don't like spiders, and I've talked about this before.
Yes.
I don't like spiders, but also I'm trying really hard to be like...
Leave them be.
Unless
they're in the house.
Yeah.
Fair game.
Yes, if you're in my house, you die, and that's the rules. But
I don't know how I've survived this long.
Yeah. Oh, I saw a centipede this week.
Yeah.
It was so big and so cool. I was walking through the dining room, and the two cats who hate each other were both staring at the same spot on the floor, and I was like, what the fuck?
Uh-oh.
And I looked, and there was this like 5.5 inch long,
Jesus
like
Christ.
reddish brown centipede.
Max held up her hand. She goes 5.5 inches long, and she for sure held up 12 inches. Hey, fellas.
Hey.
Hit her up.
I am easily impressed. No, this like 5.5 inch long.
You're doing it again.
This isn't measuring hands.
Okay.
This is talking hands.
God, it just looks like it's about 5.5 inches long.
I'm Italian. No, but it was like this like bright, like reddish brown, and it was one of the shiny ones.
Yeah.
Like I'm used to seeing like the house centipedes where they're like kind of like they're gray and kind of see-through, and they've got like an indeterminate number of legs, and they're really fast, and they like move in a really weird, chaotic way.
Yeah.
This was one of the ones that's like shiny. It's got like very specific legs that move in like a very specific way and everything. It looked like one of the like Japanese centipedes.
Yeah.
That are like, it was so fucking cool. I was so impressed by that centipede. Good job, that centipede.
Good job.
But it was also in my house, and I know for a fact that centipedes are predators and that a lot of them have like venomous bites.
Yeah.
So I was like, gotta get this guy outside.
Mm-hmm.
And I took a paper towel, and like it took a second, but I like got him to walk onto the paper towel.
Yeah.
And as soon as he was on the paper towel, he started like charging towards my hand on the paper towel. I was like, oh, fuck. So I like ran to the back door holding this paper towel and just like twisting it in my hand so that he would have to like, I kept like twisting it so that he'd be further away from my hand.
On a treadmill.
He's on a treadmill running towards my hand. And those fuckers are too fast.
Yes. That's why I don't like centipedes. That's why I love millipedes and hate centipedes.
Yeah, millipedes seem like they should be faster. They got enough legs. They should be faster.
Millipedes are slow and gentle.
Yes.
Centipedes are fucking dicks.
Yeah, yes, they look like they should be a speed, like a fast speed, and they're faster than that even. Yeah. It was very disorienting. So yeah, and I just fully like chucked the whole paper towel outside. I was like, goodbye! No! Yeah. And then I just closed the door and breathed heavily for a little while, and then I was like, ooh, I wonder, I should have taken a picture of that for the Discord. And then I opened the door and he was gone because he's so fast.
He's so fucking fast. And he's
Yeah.
like, I just had the adventure of a lifetime.
What a workout.
Do you think bugs get out of breath?
Yes. And I know this because of that dragonfly that I rescued.
But was that because he was like dying? I mean, like if they run for too long or too fast.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you heard it here first. Bugs get out of breath.
Yeah. And that's the news.
And that's the news. All right, so that's what we're excited for the summer. More bugs, more frogs.
If I see that centipede again, I'll take a picture and I'll send it to you guys.
Yeah, if he ever makes the mistake of coming back here again, Max will give him the workout of a lifetime.
No, but I will put him back outside because they eat mosquitoes.
Fucking eat those mosquitoes.
Yeah. I was looking it up afterwards, and I think I figured out what species it is, and it's also a species that a lot of people keep as pets. And I'm like,
pet centipedes. Of course, I had a pet millipede. I gotta stop.
Yeah, you really gotta.
I don't have any fucking leg to stand on.
Unlike him.
Oh, I don't have 1,000 legs to stand on.
I think those ones have 27 pairs of legs. I think I remember that from the Wikipedia article, which is such a weird number of legs.
54 legs.
Yeah.
Proud of me.
Wow.
All right. Well, guys, we will see you in either a month or 2 months.
We'll see you soon, and we'll Francis,
you gotta stop screaming.
Stop peeping.
We will see you again. We will. If you join the Discord or the Patreon this summer, please do it. Hang out with us. Listen to those bonus episodes and tell us how your summer's going. Send us pictures of bugs and frogs.
Yeah, and the stuff that you're doing and the books that you're reading. Just come hang out with us. And also, if you aren't on the Discord, send us an email. Whatever. sortofthestory@gmail.com.
Yeah, go on Instagram, and I'll try to put up these pictures, because I think I forgot last time. Whoops.
Oopsie.
I'll try to put up pictures so that we can all share some of these images together. It's sort of story.
You guys can see old Greg.
I'm not going to put I might put old Greg. And TikTok at Sort of the Story. Our website, www.sortofthestory.com. I'm trying to talk over Francis. He is screaming. And yeah, just hang out with us. We want to hear from you. We love you. We will miss you, but we are excited for our break.
Yes.
And we hope you have a great summer.
And we're excited to come back.
And we will come back. And if you're on our Patreon and you get the bonus episodes, you will hear us in June and July.
Yeah. Francis.
Also, please, last thing. Oh my God, Francis, calm down. Last thing, go on to Apple Podcasts, leave us a 5-star review, give us a little blurb on there that we can put on our Instagram stories. It could be as silly as you want to. Francis, stop! Okay, goodbye!
Did you know that
Probably not.
CERN, the Large Hadron Collider out in Sweden, I think,
Okay.
they successfully turned, what was it? They successfully turned something into gold.
Straw?
No, hang on.
Did they spin straw into gold?
Let me take this from the top because I don't remember. I was so excited about this, but I do not remember the facts. Hang on.
Rumple CERN skin?
The Large Hadron Collider at CERN successfully turned lead into gold.
I've heard of lead being turned into gold before. Why does that sound familiar?
It's the ultimate goal of alchemy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah. Nicholas Flamel and all of the alchemists, that was what they were trying to do for hundreds of years, was the idea that if you can transform a different element into gold, specifically lead into gold, that was the ultimate goal of alchemy. And they just fucking did it at CERN.
So that means that the world can just end now. Cool.
Well, according to
cool.
the alchemists. But it's so cool. The explanation from the ABC News that I screenshotted because I was so excited about it. The Large Hadron Collider is a giant particle accelerator that smashes atoms together at super high speed. You're aware of this. They've been using it to test a lot of things about particle physics and the way that the components of particles interact with each other in abnormal situations. In my head, I think I've seen videos of people going inside of it, and it's just a big empty, almost like a silo, right? That things spin around, they can spin and stuff. Yeah, it's like a tube tunnel, basically. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like a subway. Gigantic. A little bit. An empty subway tunnel, kind of. Yeah, it's huge. Scientists there found a way to knock 3 tiny particles called protons, that's one of the things that defines what an element is, out of lead atoms, turning them into gold atoms. So basically they hit an atom with another atom with such precision that they knocked specifically 3 atoms out, or 3 protons out of the lead atom and turned it into a gold atom, which is fucking crazy. Did it just clink down shiny and yellow? I mean, it's an atom, so I don't understand that. I don't understand it either. But yeah, I've been thinking a lot about any sufficiently advanced science is indistinguishable from magic, and that's a real good modern example of that. Here's what I don't get. So in my head, it would have to be they just spin around huge things of lead until they crash into each other at the right speed. But the way you're saying it is no, it's just the atom. So I'm so they're just imagine them with God, I'm so atomic stupid. Tweezers. Yes. Tweezers just picking up what we cannot see with the human eye, and they're just oh, be careful. And then making them kiss. Oh, it's gold now. And I'm how do you know? You're not even in the Hadron Collider. I don't understand it, and I don't have to. Fortunately, I am not a nuclear particle physicist. Hey, but scientists at CERN, invite us to the Hadron Collider. Show us how to make lead kiss. For science. Aw. And then we'll talk about it on our podcast, our very popular podcast. Where we talk about such things.
It's an important podcast for the science community, for sure.
Yes.
Keys.
I have a list of off-topic ideas in my phone, and I just added Nicholas Flamel potentially. I was like, let's do some research and figure out like that kind of like the history of alchemy and everything.
Yeah.
But also, I haven't opened my notes app in a little while, and I just saw a note that I left myself on April 29th.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
yeah, half a month ago.
Yeah. Like 2 weeks ago. No recollection of it. And it says, I know I had a penis in a past life because I just tapped a Franzia Pinot Grigio spigot to get the drip off. And y'all know how much penis havers love white wine.
Ew. Ew, Max. Ew, gross.
Why did I say that? Why did I write that down?
I don't know. That was upsetting.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that, and I don't like it.
Well, since we're sharing our notes, I wrote a little poem on May 10th.
Oh.
I guess I was feeling angry. I think I just watched something about what's going on in the world. And
yeah,
I was
the horrors.
Go fuck yourselves. I wrote a little poem that I think conveyed that. I said, I don't believe in hell, but I hope to God it's also this rhyme, so you know it's good. You know it's real poetry. I don't believe in hell, but I hope to God it's true that there is someplace worse than this where we put everyone like you. Because if we don't just go to sleep and never wake up, let it be that there is somewhere you can go to get the hell away from me.
Ooh, that's a really good little like spell.
A little limerick.
Yeah. That feels like a little
also, there
like,
once
practical
was
magic
a man
spell.
from Nantucket.
He went down to hell in a bucket. And when he got there,
they shaved off his hair.
Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Which grew back because they didn't even pluck it.
Good. Fuck it.
Yeah.